How are you getting on? Today I am chatting with my brother from another mother, the Miyazaki Man Si, otherwise known as Liverpool fan in Japan. We had a great chat as we always do, and he's a guy who's just as enthusiastic about Liverpool as me. Only this guy actually also knows what he's talking about, and he knows things like stats, formations, tactics, that sort of stuff. But he puts it in a very easily understandable way, and he's just a great laugh. So I love the guy. If you haven't checked out his channel, I would highly, highly recommend it. But I have to say, my YouTube community and his are just both lovely places, and it's very, very rare. Let alone on YouTube, let alone on anything to do with football, where most things are toxic and blown out of proportion and all this sort of stuff. I feel like we share a similar vibe, and they're always really great chats. Cards on the table. My tech wasn't working before I set up, so I'm holding it like this. So please ignore the fact that the camera is shaky as shit. But yeah, please give him a follow if you're not already. Well worth it. And he's far more frequent with the amount of videos he puts out than I am. But anyway, without further ado, here is our chat. Hope you enjoy, and let me know what you think. I am here with the man himself, the legend, Liverpool fan in Japan, the Miyazaki Man Si. How the hell are you, mate?
I'm so good, Andy, my man. How are you doing, my friend?
I'm good. It's good to chat to you again. It's been a few months.
It has a lot's gone on since we last chatted, right?
My God, I think the last one was about 3 months ago, and I honestly couldn't have envisioned the amount that's changed in the last 3 months. Good and bad, but just so much has happened. It feels like a whole new, like, obviously last year when Slot came in, it was like, oh, this is the new era and all this,
Yeah.
but he just kind of just steadily steered the ship and won a title. And now it really feels like, I don't know how you feel about them, but it's great getting new players in, but then every other day it's like, oh, he's gone. Oh, it's my emotions can't take it. You know what I mean?
I feel you. I completely feel you. It almost feels like season two of a really good TV series where there's new rivals or the old rivals have like some kind of power up or power boost,
Yeah.
and now we've got to try to just keep a head above water.
Yeah, exactly. But do you know what? Like, I think we should jump right in because I want to talk about, some predictions. They're not exactly preseason predictions because it started already, but what we think is going to happen for the season. But also, just I would love to get your take on the Isak thing at the minute, and just to see, like, it looks like Newcastle are going to try and just keep him there, and they put out a statement kind of saying he's contracted with us, and you know, it's just such a messy situation. I'm
Yeah.
really curious to know what you think. Like, are you are you confident? Are you desperate to get him? Like, what way do you kind of see the whole
Yeah, a
thing?
bit of both. So I'm almost certain that he will move, and it's threefold. The only benefit that that club Newcastle will get from keeping him, right, is the kind of EP and the haha, we're keeping you here, you're against your will, no one turns
Yeah,
against us.
yeah,
But literally, right, he won't play. He won't behave well. Even if he gets on the pitch, right, he's not going to be in the mood or motivated or on form. And it's so
yeah,
important when you imagine that you're in the shoes of the player, right? And you've got a key crucial moment. You're not going to go in gung ho. You're going to pull out of challenges. Should I take now? I'm going to pass it back, nice and simple. Go on, you go and do something, right? So it's almost
yeah,
not worth it. And when he's paid that much and he's your star player, and you put everything on this guy to convert you into, getting you the points and the game-winning moments, it just
yeah.
it just doesn't work. And when you got a world record bid, I think it's after the Monday game, things will rapidly move on, and there will be a conclusion to it.
Yeah, it's kind of it's really finely poised, isn't it, that we're actually going to be playing them on Monday. That it's
Mm.
like it's I mean, it feels like we're going to battle on Monday,
Yeah.
where it's like, but it's like it's a weird thing that, like, I have to keep reminding myself that, like, we're not the enemy. You
Mm.
know what I mean? And like, maybe I'm a wide-eyed optimist when it comes to Liverpool, but it seems like it's like, okay, we've gotten a hint that he might want to move. We've put in a record bid. It was rejected. And from our end, like, is there any more to it than that in terms of what's happened? Like that's
Exactly. Like it's the narrative of rival fans and jealous rival fans that want to try to paint Liverpool as a big bad. Oh my God, we've turned his head. Why aren't we meeting the 150 release clause or the fee that
yeah,
they're entitled to? But if Liverpool have a valuation of him, we bid a world record bid in the Premier League terms for him.
yeah,
They didn't want to release him. Okay, we've backed off. We've given Newcastle respect and their space. If they want us to do a deal, slightly higher terms,
exactly.
then sure, we'll be willing to come to the table. We've given them respect and their space. It's not Liverpool's fault that Newcastle can't close deals for Delap or João Pedro or Cunha or anyone.
I mean,
You know,
I will admit that I did on the more cynical side of me was kind of chuckling away at how many transfers they were slipping up on, and I was like, okay, fine, we're gonna get this, or even the whole thing. I mean, they essentially a couple of months ago were seeing a life where they have Isak, they have Ekatike, they
maybe.
and it was very much like Liverpool were like, we're interested in Isak, and it was kind of like, no, you can't have him, and we're going to go for him as well, so don't touch him either. And we're like, right, give us Isak or we're taking Ekatike. And but that's kind of one of the reasons why, like, and now it's a weird situation that I'm kind of a bit like, Ekatike started so well,
Yeah.
and like I know it's only short term, like people can go in and out of form and things like that. And look, if you're offering me one of the best strikers in the world,
Mm,
I will absolutely take him. But I don't know. Part of me is just like, oh, you know what? It started so well. I don't want to ruffle any feathers. And to be fair, we spent 80 million on Ekatike as well.
yeah.
But um, I don't know. Like I'm kind of in the stage now where it's like if we get him, that would be brilliant. But if we don't, I'm kind of like, I think I'm fine with that. I don't think I'll be banging my head off. It's like, I can't believe we messed this up. We didn't get him. That sort of thing. Like I'm kind
So
of,
yeah, I'm
you
with
know,
you there. I'm with you there. Twofold because Ekatike started absolutely barnstorming on fire. That connection with Verts, he looks the part, and we've been scouting him for a good over a year now already, wanting him since
yeah,
January. And I don't completely believe the narrative that okay, if you give us Isak, we'll give you Ekatike. I think Liverpool always had the intention to kind of sign both of them for the fact that they're different kind of players. Ekatike's got that link up player between the lines, can go for the left as well. Isak's just absolutely deadly and clinical, and he's
yeah,
Premier League proven, but he has injuries as well. So to get those
yeah.
two strikers in is, I think, has been the plan all along. Considering we've had a massive war chest, ha ha ha! Finally, that war chest this
Yeah,
season.
exactly.
I say right. As long as we get one of Mark Gahey or Isak, I'd be satisfied with this window, knowing that Isak, it won't
Yeah,
be long, January maybe, like what happened with Van Dijk. He probably will move to Liverpool eventually. We probably can
yeah,
hold on the front line with Gakpo, Salah, Ekatike, Verts can play up there kind of Soboslai. We've got some
yeah,
youngsters as well. So I'm with you there as well. And it would just be the funniest thing that they're after Strand Larsen at the moment and Risa and Eberechi Eze rejected Tottenham. What if other clubs get more players to reject Newcastle so they miss out on
I
Risa
know.
as well? Strand
I
Larsen.
know. And it just honestly feels like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, the atmosphere will be great on Monday, but
Yeah,
like I feel like there'll be a few crunch and tackles and a bit hostility with the
for
crowd,
sure.
and it's great though. And on a Monday night as well, like it's a real juicy sort of match
Hot
that I can't
blooded,
I can't
all
wait
in.
for. Yeah. But so let me ask you this then before we talk about preseason, we're in the season, but predictions in terms of the players that we have bought
Yeah.
and that have been playing a few matches. I'm curious to know what's your take on Wirtz. I'm trying to pronounce it correctly, but
Only it's.
what's your take on him? Are you liking what you're seeing? Like it kind of seems like, just even in the small sample size that we've got, I'm like, you could just, I don't know if I'm projecting, but I'm like, you can just tell he's elite and he'll do really good things. Do you know what I mean?
Very,
The
very
way
much so.
the way he just strikes a ball, the way he just passes at 20
Mm,
yards, it's like it's almost Thiago-ish, but just a bit more attacking. You know what I mean? I don't know. What
completely
do you like?
agree.
What do you think?
I agree. I agree. There's so many things about Florian Wirtz, as you mentioned, that people just don't understand, especially rivals, right? They want to pick on his form or his start to the season, but what they don't see is the intelligence factor, right? So Ekatike's opening goal last season happened because
Yeah,
Wirtz took away three players off to the left which gave Ekitike that channel to go through. Obviously, he got lucky with a rebound, went in and opened the scoring in that regard as
Yeah.
well. And then Wirtz is a kind of player as well. It doesn't matter how many times he's surrounded by players. When the ball comes to his feet, he can shift the ball into the next phase of play instantly,
Yeah.
like that. And you're like, wait a minute,
Yeah.
he's marked, he's covered, and we already got the ball, over to Salah or Gakpo
Yeah.
or Ekitike. So he is like literally Ballon d'Or contention potential, and he's going to
Yeah.
realize it as long as he avoids injury. So
It almost seems unfair to have him and McAllister in the
oh
same
yeah,
team. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I love, like, the longer he's at the club, like, I always liked McAllister, but the
I
longer he's
love
at the
him.
club, he is fast becoming my favorite current
Yes.
player at the minute, because I don't know why, when I see him, I just want to squeeze him. I'm just like, I love you, mate. He's just so like, he's
Give him a
brilliant
massive
as
man
well.
hug.
I would love to give him a big man hug. But it seemed, do you know what I like as well? And the issue that I kind of thought we had last year was, like, no one really seemed to thrive in that centre forward number 9 role. You know what I mean? Even though obviously we had Jota and we had Nunes, and neither of them kind of seemed to click in what we
Yeah.
were 100% looking for at the time. We were obviously just adapting to a new system and things like that. But Ekitike just seems, he's fast, he's strong, he's got finishing. He seems to have a bit of a link up with Wirtz as well. Anyway, so it just seems we're kind of set up initial stages anyway. Seems like we're set up quite good for that.
Agreed.
It's great. It'd be great. Okay, it'd be great to get Isak. Don't get me wrong, but and like the thing about the Isak thing as well is that it's kind of like, part of me just doesn't like the drama. And
Yeah.
do you know what I
Gone
mean?
on a
And I
bit,
know I
hasn't
have
it?
to park that because he's like absolute quality.
Yeah.
But when you hear about that and you hear about all the drama, and he's not playing and there's a standoff and all this, like, part of me just kind of wants to, like that gif of Homer in the bushes of just being like, you know,
Slowly edging back.
yeah,
Yeah,
like.
yeah.
But anyway, that's we'll see how that comes. I do agree. I kind of think we'll know one way or another in the next couple of weeks
It looks like it's
what's
coming to a
happening with that.
conclusion, and I do feel as though, like, I wouldn't say slightly uncomfortable, but 130 million, 140 million, considering that we've got Ekitike already. But on the flip side of it, unfortunately, having lost Jota, Luis Diaz going to Bayern Munich, Darwin Núñez going to Al Hilal as well, a body short. And you look at the market, who realistically, if we bypassed Isak at this point in time, could come in and be a
Yeah,
different maker, maybe someone behind Ekitike. But it's just
yeah,
that pairing, when they fed us the bait, they're like, okay, let's partner Isak and Ekitike. Let's get them on a pitch or
yeah,
one for the other. Then I'll take it, goddammit.
yeah. A great idea. We'll have
Yeah.
that. So then, in terms of the season that's coming up, I want to get your take on a few predictions.
Yes.
So I think we should start with top goal scorer. What's your thoughts? Is it going to be Mo?
It's so hard to go against Mo. And
Isn't
I
it?
saw a statistic, something like he has more big chance opportunities. And I know the Liverpool team has been set up for him historically, right? He has more big chance opportunities than every other Liverpool player combined. So
Oh wow.
yes, and he converts a whopping like 47% of them. And this is where, like, you get those really weird statistics where Darwin Núñez is somewhere down in like the 25% chance of big chances converted. But there's a flip side to that for all the people who want to criticize Darwin Núñez for low percentage chances. He absolutely wallops them and he scores a lot of low percentage chances. So,
Of course he does.
yeah,
That's him. That's him in a nutshell.
yeah, pretty
He
much, isn't it?
like, most of his goals, like most of his best goals, are the ones where you're kind of like, that's the wrong decision. But oh my god, what a goal!
Yeah,
Like, one on
exactly.
one, I'll just chip it over the keeper, or I'll,
Yeah, the
like
hardest
the one
choice.
against Bournemouth, where it's like Salah's there,
That's
like
it.
totally open. Like, I'm going to use my left foot, and I'm going to go from this incredibly acute angle and fire it in. Like, oh, it's great. So you
It's
reckon? So
beautiful.
your money's on Mo then for
Yeah,
top scorer.
I just think, right, like the intangibles of Ekitike and Florian Wirtz, because Ekitike is the highest man now and the physical beast and will make the off the ball runs, he will score
Yeah,
his goals, but he's going to be targeted and surrounded all the time. They
yeah,
cannot leave Florian Wirtz alone because at this point in time, Florian Wirtz is going to be our talisman, the one we get the ball to more often than not, which gives Salah the
Yeah.
space to really do what he does. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Plus, I don't see anyone wrestling that penalty taker role off him. Um, even though he's missed a few in preseason or whatever, I still like. I don't know what it is. Even like before all that, and I've talked about it on the channel as well. I think we've talked about it as well. It's like
yeah,
I don't know why, but I'm just never 100% confident. In the sense that I
Salah's
was
step up.
even
Yeah,
with like a Milner, or
don't
where
quite.
it's kind of
Yeah,
like, because I kind of feel like with Salah on pens, and I wouldn't necessarily take him off, but I just kind of feel like I don't think he knows, and I'm probably doing one of the greatest players of Liverpool's history a massive disservice, but I'm like, I don't even know if he knows exactly where this is going. Do you know what I mean? Where
no,
it's kind of
you're
like
right. You're right. I
like he
feel that.
goes for power, and that's great, and sometimes he'll combine the two and have power and placement, and you're like, I'm so sorry for ever doubting you, but that's that's why I was kind of clamoring for McAllister to be on pens.
Mm.
But like he also missed
He
it,
missed one.
so let's just give it back to Mount.
I
But
feel that as well because there's two reasons for that with Salah. First of all, he's not the best ball striker. He's never been the best ball striker, right? He doesn't strike a ball like
yeah,
Sadio Mane, for example, just absolutely well yet. He's always
yeah,
gone with technique. He hasn't got the most power. And secondly, he does change his mind. Like in the Champions League final against Tottenham, right? He said himself he changed his mind and
yeah,
he just hoped it went in. It's like,
I know. Like, so that's the thing, and it's so I'm always just a bit like, whenever he's stepping up, I'm like,
mm.
oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
What about you? Who do you think will be top goal scorer? Because saying another reason why I say Salah is because he never gets subbed.
Well, that's it. I think, like, I do still think Salah, he
Yeah.
will be on pens. And I think I think with Frimpong kind of now making those sort of runs, and dragging defenders out, I think that'll free up a bit more space for him to cut inside and mug off whatever defender was marking him. And so I think that'll be definitely Mo again. I just can't go against him. He's the captain of my fantasy
Yeah,
team for a reason. I think he's getting the
inevitable.
goal. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Um, okay. Well, then what about then what was the other one? Biggest surprise of the season. So, who do you think is going to be the biggest surprise?
Are we going to talk about Liverpool specifically, or just in football in general and other teams and something that's unexpected?
Oh, I was initially thinking Liverpool, but I'm happy to talk about other teams too.
Yep. Cool. So we'll do one of or a bit of
Yeah.
each. So I have a sneaky feeling that one of City and Chelsea might not make the top four. Um,
Yeah.
and I say this because even though City looked amazing in the first instance, it's
Yeah.
yet to be seen whether they have those real big game players, right? The Kevin De Bruyne who steps up in the biggest of matches and
Yeah.
does his thing and turns it on and scores a
Yeah.
scorcher or beats a man, beats three men. They're good players, Reindeers and Marmouche, everyone coming in, they're good players. But will they really do it when the going gets tough? Because even Haaland has gone missing a bit in some of the biggest games.
Yeah.
And they funnel everything through him. Whereas Chelsea, they don't. They've got amazing squad and amazing players, but they don't. Once again, they don't have that leadership and that spine that comes all the way from the back. You're looking back to
Yeah. Yeah.
front. Drogba, Terry, Lampard, etc. They've got good
Yeah.
players. Reece James is a good player, injury prone as well. The defense is a little bit shaky. Roberto Sanchez in goal as well. They could beat anyone on any given day with the players that they
Yeah.
have, but they could also lose, I reckon, to anyone
Anyone.
on any
Yeah.
given day. So that's one
Yeah.
surprise. Apart from the fact that I think Trent will get replaced by Carvajal sooner than later as first choice for Real Madrid.
I do think so too. It's a weird one, isn't it? I like to think that I'm above hate watching, uh, but I'm not.
I mean,
And
I'm
it's,
so not.
do you know what I mean? But it's so funny because it's like
Yeah.
I still laugh so much about the way Trent left. And okay, we got a little feat, but
Mm,
it's just like with every player that leaves Liverpool, it's so stark how Liverpool thought of his exit, because everyone's
yeah.
like you see Nunes, where like I am now following his career as a side
Me too. Me too.
quest. Do you know what I mean? Same with Diaz, and same
Mm,
with a few of the others, Kelleher and a few of the others.
yeah.
Uh, and you see when they leave, it's like we'd like to wish them all the best for and thank them for their what
Mm.
they've done for the club. And then with Trent, it was like Trent has informed us of his decision to leave. And that was it. It wasn't even it wasn't
Yeah.
even all the best. It was just like, okay,
It's
you
so funny the difference there. And I
So
like my take on it is when he retires, I'll love him. I'll love him as a Liverpool legend and everything like that. But until he retires, he's the enemy. He's our rival, and may he burn.
Yeah, it's like, if it was any, it literally, I mean, it was sort of double edged, because obviously there was the fee thing, which was
Yeah.
the whole issue, but the fact that it's Madrid, you know what I mean? It's
Oh
like
no, I know.
the biggest bastards in world football. But anyway, that's another thing. I kind of think in terms of Liverpool, the surprise would be, I mean, maybe it's no surprise to those of us in the know, but
Mm,
maybe like someone like Rio Namoa,
yeah.
um, to come in. Like there's like I can see why, I think it was at the Community Shield match, and I was kind of thinking, I'll put him on,
Mm,
but because he's got that sort of ability to change the game.
mm,
But I can see why I think he'll be managed quite well, because like you get that a lot with like a young player who can turn it on in some game where he can change the game. But then you come to sort of depend on that, or they become like, the pressure goes from like, I wasn't a regular starter, to now everyone's
mm.
clamoring to, resting their hopes on me doing the business. So I think he'll be managed at the start, but I think he certainly in the cup competitions will start to have a major influence on that left side. Um,
Agreed, agreed. And it's always been an English trait, right? Even when England national team are playing, everyone's clamoring for that flair player to get on. Let's
that's
get
the thing,
Grealish on.
yeah.
Come, hurry up, let's get Grealish on. And when
Yeah,
Rashford was breaking through as well, it's just everyone wants him to play all the time and right now.
that's the thing. I remember it with even Walcott back in the day, where it was
Oh
like he was
yeah, yeah.
17 or something, and it was like, Ken's like, he's got to be on the plane, and he's just, sometimes that can do more damage than good.
Yeah.
So,
It's true,
so
it's
yeah,
true, and it's good that you mentioned left wing as well with Engamoha, because I also think the surprise package of our season will come from that left wing. Because traditionally we've always focused on the right with Trent and Salah and Henderson, right? And we've had a workman like left with Luis Diaz, Mane, and Robertson up and down. But on that left now, Cody Gakpo will surprise a lot of people. He may not be the most sexy football, fluid or technical, but he's effective. It's hard to stop him coming inside or getting a shot away. And he actually converts the most big chances in the Liverpool squad at the moment, even though he
yeah,
doesn't get a lot of big chances. And I
yeah,
think Wirtz and Ekitike will spend shifts on the left hand side as well. So I think the
yeah,
surprise of the season will be that left hand side becomes almost as productive as the right hand side. But traditionally,
yeah.
we've always been right side heavy.
That's actually a very good point, and I think when it comes to Gakpo, that it's like, if as soon as he cuts in on the right, if he can get that bit of space,
Mm.
I like, you know. I don't know of anyone who I'm more confident of when he cuts in and he's got a bit of space on his right foot from that edge of the box. I'm just waiting for the net to bulge almost, where
How?
I
Yeah.
trust him so much on that right foot from that exact position.
Yeah.
Like more than I would trust anyone else cutting inside.
Mm.
But yeah, I think I agree, he isn't the sexiest of players, but he is so effective. And it'll be interesting now, even if we do manage to get Isak, that Ekitike will probably uh, move on to the left for certain games if we get him. So I could see that, and then with Kirkes obviously coming in, I'm curious. What's your take on Kirkes so far?
Yeah, so it's very interesting. So, like a lot of Liverpool fans and highlight reels were hyping him up as a up and down left,
Yeah,
assisting, crossing in. But I've never really seen him being a consistent assister or crosser because he doesn't get in there as often as possible. But he's a really all around good footballer. I'd say as a all around
yeah,
footballer, he's better than Robertson and Simicast ever were. As an all around footballer, you can just deploy everywhere. So Slot kind of inverts him into the six in the base as a traditional left
right.
midfielder, left back, and a left-sided centre back as well, because he's just a really, really gifted all-around footballer that's
Yeah,
comfortable in possession, rotating the ball. So I'm happy with his start so far, but I do think he just needs to get used to when to go and when to come back, because opposition have been targeting the space behind him
yeah,
and pinging the ball behind him and I think as Munoz in the Crystal Palace in that Community
yeah,
Shield one got down that wing time and time again. So just the
yeah.
timing of when to get in positions. But he's so good all around. He's so young. He's going to be a legend, a club legend for sure.
Yeah, I think so. I think the whole thing takes a bit of adjustment. Like we always knew with Frimpong and Kirkes that okay, they like to bomb forward as well, and but you can kind of see. the last couple of games is like, even though we did obviously win with in our first match, you could tell that the balance was off a little bit. So I
Yeah,
think, I mean, but it's kind
positioning.
of, do you know what? I'm at the stage now, and it's a great place to be, where I just trust. I'm like, okay, well, if a simpleton like me can spot this sort of thing, no doubt the lads are working on it right now. Do you know what I mean? I
Yeah,
just kind
yeah.
of assume. I think where we have one of the best managers in the world, we have the best team in the world, we have one of the best
Mm.
structured behind the scenes in the world. I'm just kind of like, yeah, like I know you see it too, so I'm just going to trust that if there's any bit that needs tweaking or anything like that, they've got the means to do it. You know what I mean?
And that trust is so important, and
Mm.
like something I think a lot of fans take for granted. Like, I don't know if you ever played any of those games where like everyone has skill cards, or you have traits, or you have
Yeah,
like hidden trap cards, or like Yu-Gi-Oh or whatever, where you
yeah,
have like a backup plan, a contingency. So even if Liverpool are drawing or from behind, Liverpool have so many of these comeback ability, mentality
yeah,
monsters, experience winning titles, the Anfield factor,
yeah,
cult heroes and legends like Origi, Davy Fairclough, and whoever scores last minute. There's so many of these
yeah,
little traits that Liverpool have as weapons in the final 10, 15 minutes that I'm really, really calm even going in with a
yeah.
deficit or draw into that final moments where everyone's like, oh, it's over. We're out of the stadium now. Let's get out of it. Why are these bums on the pitch? They're not doing anything, for example.
Yeah, I was kind of like that last week with the 4-2, where it's kind of like
Yeah.
it's like 86, 87 minute, and I'm still kind of like,
Mm.
no. I mean, I was still annoyed that we were
Oh, yeah,
that
yeah. We
it
got
got
pegged
back to
back.
2-2, and I was only saying it on a video last time. I was saying I'm just talking to no one, but my missus is just beside me, and
Mm.
I was like, oh, I can't believe we're here now. It's 2-2. We were doing so well, and she was kind of like, well, you always do that, and then you have the big glorious 90th minute
She knows.
winner, and
Yeah.
you're happy for days. And I'm like, yeah, I suppose. And then as she was saying it, like Chiesa was coming on, I'm like, now let me tell you, if this lad gets the goal, I will lose it. And one of these, like, I love when you're
Yeah.
watching a match, and I'm like. So you have the. I'm just going to talk about the Chiesa goal for a sec, because I just love
Yes.
reliving it. But it's like where the
Fantastic.
ball comes in, and you see there's someone there. You see the shot. And like, when a shot's taken at that sort of angle, the way he's kind of to the
Yeah.
side, he kind of volleyed it. Where I'm like, this could be 10 yards wide, or it's in the goal. Where you just don't know until you see that net bulge. You see the net bulge,
Yeah.
and then instantly I'm like, who was that? And when you realize, when you see it's him running away, you're like.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
to get that straight away in game week 1, where you just have that feeling of just like, and it had been months since we had it, because even
Mm.
from like before it was confirmed that we'd won the title, it's kind of like, it's just a formality, and then after we were confirmed, we kind of dipped a little bit towards the end
Mm.
of the season. But man, I've missed that feeling of just been like,
Oh, yeah.
where you just can't believe it, and you're so happy. It was like, if it couldn't be Nunes, if the fact that it was Chiesa, it was just, I mean, the feeling, where you're just watching highlights for days and stuff like that. But what do you think about Chiesa's future? Because I seen a thing where Slot said yesterday that, like, the Chiesa that he sees now is a different Chiesa
Yeah.
than he saw last season. So, and
So
like, it doesn't look like he's going anywhere, which is great. But what do you think for him? How do you think he'll do this season in terms of minutes and playing?
I've always thought he would be useful for Liverpool. Even last season, as a backup for Mo Salah, he did his role right because he didn't need to come on because Mo Salah was still playing ineffective. But I'll tell you, just to
Yeah,
digress a little bit, I'll go back to my memories of that Chiesa goal. So
please.
this is a common trope on my channel as well. I'm asleep. It's 4 a.m. The kickoff is 4 a.m. Right,
Oh
so I have to
Jesus.
prepare my nights with the amount of water that I drink, and then I need a pee break. I need to get up for a pee, and then
Yeah,
it's going to be something like 5:15 a.m. I've got one eye open, the left eye is open. I'm trundling, trying to not trip over all my crap in my room. I get into the toilet, come back out. I try to turn on the phone for Unext for the app, but it's buffering. It's buffering. So I get back in bed, blankets on, and it just comes on showing the replay of the Chiesa goal. The replay. And what the other bloody good goal? How did he do that? What's the score? What's the score? And I look at the score 3-2. What's the time? 89. what the hell's going on? So then I go into my Discord and I was like, I did it, boys. I'm here. And they're like, Sai, where were you? We needed you. Every time you wake up, we come back, we scored a goal. And I was like, I did it. Chiesa,
That's so
thank me
funny.
for that one. Yeah, I
So
was still with one eye
essentially,
open and I posted the selfie like this.
well, as we all know, that everything that we do at home directly impacts how the game will go. So I
Very
appreciate
much does.
you doing that. But like,
You're very
so
welcome, my
where were
friend.
you? So in terms of your waking mind, what was the last score that you saw? Was it 2-2 when you were last looking at it, or what was
Oh
it?
no, literally when I turned on, it was on the live replay of the Chiesa goal. So
Oh,
it turned on as soon as the replay of the goal happened. So the goal must have happened like 30 seconds or a minute before. So it was
yeah.
3-2 at the exact moment because they were showing the replay of Chiesa's goal.
So glorious. It's so glorious. And
Yeah.
I really hope that he gets a really good run this year because do you know what as
Yeah.
well, like like and we say it I think we both say it, but just like players who want to be here already
Oh, it means
just
so much.
and you could see even in when he signed how happy I've never seen someone look so happy to sign for Liverpool. And
Yeah,
this is a
agreed,
guy
agreed.
he's got like pedigree, like he's not just some bum. Where we get him, he's
Yeah.
so happy. He's still like the fans love him despite the fact that he's never able to play. He's
That
got the
song is
he's got
banging,
the
isn't it?
he's got the song, he's got everything, and then for him to want to stay and fight for his place and to
Mm.
not be like, no, I need to play, like I can't stay here. Like I want to stay, I love it here. I want like all just ticking all the boxes for me where I'm just like, all right,
He
I
does,
love you
he
now.
does, yeah. He's a winner, right? He's a big game
Yeah,
player. He's a winner, and I think inside, in your heart of hearts, he may not reach the heights he did before the injury or in the past, but he's got that quality. He wants to play for Liverpool. He can get shots away. He's technical. He's two-footed. He's gritty. He speaks
yeah,
Italiano. He's like Mo
of
Salah.
course.
I make you the spaghetti. It's just everything is
Yeah,
there. what,
yeah.
what more could you want? You just want to kiss the man on the forehead. Kind of.
Exactly. He's got such a big face. I do. I just want to. I just want to give him a big
The
kiss.
cheesy grin as well, the cheesy
Yeah.
smile.
And I was only just saying to my missus when I was talking at her because she doesn't care,
Yeah.
and she's about to have a baby literally next week, so she's got more important things on her mind. But
Yeah.
or I'm like, I was telling her, oh, we signed this Italian lad, we signed this defender. Now he's from Italy. Now we haven't had great luck with Italian players now and all this. So then I'm talking the ear off her after he scored. I'm like, and he's Italian, and he's like when Chiesa scored, I'm like, he's Italian as well. I was like, forget what I said earlier, and but like just all that, like it just sets you up
Yeah.
because I was like, 2-2 would have been a bit of a tough one to swallow, but like we didn't. It was a very
Mm,
open sort of game.
it was.
But anyway, yeah, to start us off on a season like that, I think would be it was such a great moment. In terms
It's
of
the way to.
uh, now, there's no real metrics, so you'll have to go off vibes on this one. But best player of the season, who do you think wins player of the season at the end of the season?
It's tough. It's tough. I'm all about the vibes. Now, there's the vibes that you see on TV, and then the hidden vibes that are effective for the team. If I
Yeah,
go on hidden vibes, right, it's similar to your thoughts earlier. McAllister and Gravenberch are just so important to any success we have. Gravenberch
yeah,
and McAllister control the game, control the tempo, control the positioning, give us the balance between offense and defense, game
yeah,
intelligent. They got everything right. So if you're talking about hidden gems that win you a season, it's McAllister or Gravenberch. But if we're
yeah,
looking at an official player of the season, if he hits form, it's going to be Florian Wirtz. If he
yeah,
gets all the goal metrics that he's done for, his famous first season, one season wonder, Mo Salah, then Salah could take it as well. But a
yeah,
surprise package here is Ekitike. Now, the way he started, right, connecting the dots, he looks like, when you've got the physical prowess and
yeah,
lung busting of Nunes and Gakpo, but they're not the prettiest on the ball. And then you've got Ekitike, who's like galloping, floating everywhere. And, ball goes over here and there, or to me, glued. If Ekitike carries on like he does now, then he could take
yeah.
it. But I think Verts ultimately will take it because he's just so good.
He's
He's so good.
he oozes quality. You know what I mean? Where
Yeah.
you could just, like I was saying earlier with Verts, you just But the way he even runs, if you just
Mm.
actually just the way he looks, I was only saying it last week. If you just lined up all the Liverpool players and just said, right, which one do you reckon's world class? I'm like, him right there. What's his deal? You could just tell by
Really?
the look of him, but just the way he strikes a ball, I think he'll do
Yeah.
he'll do really well. And with Ekitike, do you know what? Like, I only just kind of copped it last week. I'm like, we have a big team. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
Like
they're
with
gigantic. Mm.
with Van Dijk, with Ibu, with Ekitike, but like there's like Gakpo, there's loads of just
Leone, the new guy, he's
Leone.
massive.
He's huge. And so all this sort of stuff, I'm like, brilliant. We're strong. We've got so much
Mm.
speed now. I do kind
Mm.
of agree with you on I kind of think Gravenberch was. You can see how much that we kind of missed him with the suspension or with the
Yeah.
birth of his child and stuff like that. So I'm really looking forward to seeing him back as well. I would say I'm gonna put it on Verts myself, but I would love
Mm.
to see Alexis McAllister
Oh,
scoop
Fleetwood
up some
Mac, what a
personal
man.
silverware. I just love that man so much. Um,
Same, same.
but all right, so last one. Oh, hold on, what did I have here? Oh no, I think that's it. Okay, okay. Well, let's just go. I have one more. Most assists. Do you think that's just going to be Salah again?
So yeah, he's in that position where he always is involved in the goals, whether he's poaching himself or doing his little Trivela outside the foot pass or
Ugh.
tapping it across for someone. The flip side is he could be because we're talking about assists particularly, he could be on the end and scoring the goal, which means the assist is given to someone else. So in that
Yeah,
case, it'd be Verts who supplies
yeah,
the supply line there because as good as like
yeah,
Ekitike has been to supply everyone, I think Ekitike is because he's a focal point. He's not always going to have the best of games because he's
yeah,
just going to be surrounded by like
yeah.
absolute brutes. So Verts, it's between Verts and Salah, but I think Salah is going to get the most goals and get the most assists, followed by Verts, who will get the second most assists.
Yeah, I could see that, and I could see with Salah because maybe the season just gone, Salah may have had more assists, but there was some suspect finishing during the course of the year, and I kind of feel like we've got some good, if everyone stays fit, like some very good finishers in the team, and even with Ekitike, like there was a moment there in the last match where he just. You probably know the bit I'm talking about, where he's just on the halfway line and the ball comes in, and he just lays it on. He does some like just slice little thing, and it opens up so much space in front of him. I was like, and again, it was one of those like, who was that? And then when you, it's like it's Ekadit. I was like, what? Like I said, like is that Vert? Like no, that's Ekadit. I'm like absolutely sensational. But yeah, I'd probably, to be honest, I know this is boring, but I probably agree with you as well. I'd have to say Salah. I think he's got, particularly if Salah gets his goal early.
Yeah,
It depends on how many early goals Salah gets, and he
that's
has
true.
the, as we say on the channel, post-goal clarity to now. Now
I
I will
like that.
assist. Now I'm not chasing my goal because nobody. I wish I loved anything more than Mo Salah loves goals. So I think once he gets his goal, then he's travelling all day. You know what I mean? Like you take
Yes,
one, you
yes.
take one. But I know it's exciting now. I'm very excited about the season, and I kind of, yeah, I think get a couple more signings in now, and just I think it's going to be an epic year, to be honest. And but
It's gonna be magical, and this team
yeah,
is a team that you absolutely love with players that are absolutely lovable. And here's a question for you,
yeah.
right? Who in the team has the best vibes? Who brings the vibes in the way they play football, in the way that they are, what they do week in, week out, on and off the pitch? Who is the one for you that you're like, that's my boy? Oh, I'm grooving to those vibes.
Ooh, do you know what? I actually have two because I think in terms of just straight vibes, I think Frimpong actually has
Oh, yeah.
is so lovable, and I love him already. In terms of the way
Mm.
they play, do you know what? There's something about the Gravenberg turn
Oh, it's
that
filthy,
just soothes my soul
filthy.
when he does it. And I just, if he
Mm.
can add a couple of goals, a couple of extra goals this year,
Mm.
I think he will be like. I mean, Allison currently is my favorite player, and he has been
Mhm.
for years. I love him. I love him like he's a member of my own family or something. Where he just, I have never cheered a keeper making saves like I cheer him, like their goals,
Yeah.
and But because he's not on the ball that much, I'll have to say Gravenberg. I think he'll just, just give me a couple more of those turns, and I'll be satisfied.
Oh,
But what about you? What do you think?
two different answers here. One off the pitch, right? Off the pitch. Every time behind the scenes they pan over to Soboslai, you're like, damn it, man. Why are you so good looking? It's like stupid, sexy Soboslai again with the hair and the skin and his little cheeky, smirks and looking
He
side to
knows.
side.
He knows he
He
looks
knows.
good. Yeah.
He knows it and he shows it. Yeah, yeah. So always when
Yeah.
it pans Soboslai, you just get that feeling. It's not the wrong kind of. Is it the right kind of feeling? The wrong kind of feeling? It's a feeling, but you get a feeling.
It's
Oh
just a
my god,
feeling.
it's Soboslai.
Let's not even
Yeah.
dissect it. It's a strong feeling. We'll just leave it there.
Exactly. And the other one is they're very big on gap things in Japan, and it's a
Yeah.
slightly strange concept. But the gap between the way Endo looks and the way Endo is so funny to everyone because he looks like a child smiling. He's just happy to
Yeah.
be there, happy to be part of it, smiling. But he's a proper hard nut. He means that he's a proper enforcer, proper Iron Man. When he did the Leverkusen interview, ripping up the paper, throwing it away, looking serious boss with a gum shield. The gap between is kind of a dorky, cheeky,
I
smiley,
know.
happy-go-lucky guy, and how he, as a proper hard man, is hilarious.
I kind of feel like he came out of his shell after we won the league because
Yeah.
I seen clips of him on the bus looking a lot like Bobby Firmino, but he's there with the shades, the circle
Oh
shades,
yeah.
and like proper like I've never seen him with so like be so
Mm,
personable. Like he's only so quiet and stoic and
yeah.
stuff like that. Whereas like he's a proper lad now. Like he's a proper
Exactly.
one
He
of the
feels he's
guys.
earned it. Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, I mean Endo. I talk about. I mean, I just love the whole team. To be honest, I could go
I love
through one by one and explain why I love them all. But Endo is just anytime he does anything, I'm like, I would die for this man.
Yeah,
You
he would
know,
die for you too.
yeah, you would. So look, I'm
Uh,
sorry to cut us short, but I have to go back to my boring day job here, so I have
Loved
to cut
every
us off.
moment, Andy.
But a pleasure as always. Are you doing a watch along on the Newcastle match?
Unfortunately, it's another deadly 4 a.m. kickoff for me. So next month in
Yeah.
September, I will be back in the live streams. But for this match, August has been a cruel mistress. They're all when I'm deep asleep. So I'll try to wake up
Ah,
and get us a comeback goal.
well, I'll definitely join you on the next one anyway.
Nice one.
All right.
Much appreciated,
Cheers.
Andy.
Cheers, Si. Talk soon.
Take care. Have a good one.
What a guy. What a guy. Don't you just love him? Don't you want to just give him a big hug? Yeah, thanks to Sai for coming on the channel. Once again, check him out. Liverpool fan in Japan. He really knows his stuff, and he's just a great guy. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, make sure you subscribe to this one first, and then only then check out his one. Just an update on the merch as well that I dropped the other day. So I've tweaked some bits. So the Endo one, I've changed the animation to just be normal Endo because it was looking a bit too AI. Someone made a comment, I looked at it and I was like, you know what, he's actually dead right. So I changed that. The Jota mugs, so I was saying in the last video, I didn't want to make any profit off it because, just didn't feel right. But so I set it at 0 cent profit, but as a result of taxes, I was actually just getting charged on it. So instead, I've just put them back up to normal price, and any profits I make, I'll donate to the LFC Foundation. So that's available on the link below. With other merch, I've also updated some of my favorite crude drawings from last year into mug form, particularly a Salah one and a Big Gak one, both sending someone to Mug City, which just makes me laugh. I know you shouldn't laugh at your own jokes, but anyway. But anyway, that's it from me. Hope you enjoyed the chat, and I will be chatting to you after the Newcastle match. Up the fucking Reds.